My apologies to everybody, I am like super tired, but I feel like I need to get this video out. I don't really need to, but this is kind of like a part 3 in a 3-part series, where in the first part I talk about me attempting to join a Discord server but being denied, and my criticisms of a Discord server like that even existing in the first place. In the second video, I end up talking about what's inside the Discord server because many of you guys who watch my videos ended up getting into that server and sending me information, which I never asked for in the first place, but I appreciate those who were going in there trying to find info, and we did find a ton of info about what was inside this mini lad Discord server. And this third video is about the server kind of being shut down and being done with because I have screenshots from the owner of this mini lad Discord server, Lorraine, who is claiming that the server is dead. Like dead. She also goes to point out that I am going to delete this. Real quick, just for transparency, I'm gonna have a Google Drive link down in a pinned comment. This Lorraine individual decides to make a lot of claims about me that I'm going to share with you and give you her side of the story, but simply her side of the story is not the case. I was always respectful and kind to this Lorraine individual, even trying to show sympathy within DMs, and I'm gonna have our entire DM chain within a Google Drive link, so then you guys can form your own opinion if I was a horrible person to her and manipulating her, trying to force her to say inappropriate things, whatever her claims may be, then I'm going to show you in this video. But regardless, let's just jump right into it. There's a lot of stuff to break down here, but Lorraine shared all of this within the mini lad Discord server, saying blame this guy, referring to me. She says that I told everyone in my YouTube videos that her server idolizes a PDF file, which is mini lad, which they sort of do. They all support him, they all watch his videos, and they all think that he's changed. Maybe idolizing is a little overboard of a word to say, but I still think it fits. Regardless, she sits here and says that my subscribers tried to infiltrate the case based off what I said in my videos, and that was my plan all along, and I had someone with inside the server months in advance before even making my first video, which is not the case. I only found out about the server like 2 weeks ago because someone told me to go look at the comments of the most recent mini lad video, and I found Lorraine advertising a Discord server for anyone to join. I attempted to join that in my first video, and then after I was denied, I was just like, oh, I guess I'll just make content based off of what I got and move forward. Well, it turns out after my first video was released, many people attempted to join that server. I never requested someone to go and do it. It's always someone who reached out to me saying, hey, I'm in the server, do you want me to send you info? And I said, sure, you can send me info if you got it. If not, I don't really care. And that's all it was. I didn't have someone within the server for months in advance, and I planned out this perfect little scheme to make a video. That's not what happened at all. And then Lorraine later on says that I apparently tried to force them to say something inappropriate about the whole situation. That's not even close to being the case. There were some times in our DMs where we kind of got off topic to the questions I was trying to ask. So maybe I asked questions multiple times, like over and over again, but that's not forcing somebody to say something inappropriate. Right here's a perfect example of me asking Lorraine, why do you support a man who has talked to minors inappropriately? They decided to sit here and say that the people who want him back decided to believe him after he came back after going to therapy and working on himself as a person. So we clearly know Lorraine's stance. Then Lorraine later on goes and says, we both already know you're just going to turn it around in some way to demonize me for something I haven't said, which I never did. I took what Lorraine said and gave it criticism. That's all I did. Right here, Lorraine was saying that he then made a follow-up video using one of the DM chains from someone in the server, passing it off as something I said in the secret server. If I said anything was said in the secret server, it was only because there was parts of the server or parts of a server that I was denied of joining, and so when I ended up finding out what was in the server to begin with, including the mod saying a lot of stuff about Craig and what's been going on with that whole deal, the fact that I was one time mentioned in the server months and months back, and Lorraine and another member actually was crap talking me and my video and saying stuff like it was clickbaity and I'm just doing this for a quick buck, XYZ, stuff that doesn't really bother me that much. But that's probably what I was referring to when I said secrets or a secret server or something like that. Obviously, it was information that Lorraine wasn't going to tell me up front, and it was stuff that you were only really going to find out if you were within the server and looking for it. At the very very bottom, I want to point out that Lorraine sits here and says, "There's nothing wrong with what I said here, but he framed it by saying I had a wishy-washy attitude towards what Craig did when the drama happened." Again, I pull up this screenshot where she refers to Craig going to get therapy and working on himself as a person. I did ask follow-up questions like, do you really think somebody can change? And someone who was attracted to a minor, do you think they can actually change by just going to therapy and working on themselves? Lorraine refused to answer like half my questions. If you want to be in that group that easily forgives Mini-Lad, that's on you. I got criticisms to say about you, and then I'm moving on. That's just what it is. But the fact that we can lay out everything that Craig or Mini-Lad has done wrong, all the allegations, everything else, and the first reaction that you can get out of some of these people is, I don't care what you're saying, it means nothing to me, I'm still gonna watch Mini-Lad videos. It's just straight up arrogance to what he did. Now, can we be arrogant people, the people who are spreading the word about how bad Mini-Lad is? Absolutely. But I feel like one is clearly right and one is clearly wrong. One manipulated and used minors for his own sexual gain. I don't think there's any wrong in me spreading on how bad this guy is even years after the fact. On the other hand, Lorraine tried to group up a community around Mini-Lad in a Discord server that would be there when he returns. I looked at the verification process. There's no way on checking the age of the people who are joining this Discord server. All they gotta send you is their YouTube channel. Any 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old could have joined this Discord server, Lorraine, and you not being fully aware of everything that Mini-Lad has done and not taking any steps in trying to prevent children from being in a community that idolizes Mini-Lad, that's the problem I had the entire time, and I said this to Lorraine, and Lorraine didn't really care. Here's another long screenshot, but I have a couple highlighted parts here. I'm still gonna end up deleting the server by the end of the day, still going to get harassed constantly by the people in the future who see his videos, and again, I don't condone going to harass this individual or name calling or saying anything absolutely disgusting and rude to her, but if you have criticisms about her supporting or garnishing a community around a guy who should not be having that, especially with children, then I believe you have the right to criticize this individual. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. Again, I would prefer you guys to be respectful going to do it though. She claims right here in this middle part that most people will only be able to see my side of the story, even though I've been flashing full screenshots of everything that she's been saying. You guys are more than welcome to pause the videos and read her side of the story. Also, that Google Drive link down below in a pinned comment, there's going to be no editing to our DM chains. It's her full side and my full side and us having a conversation. You guys can choose what side you're on and let me know down in the comments below. I'll be excited to read all of them. Right here at the bottom part, Lorraine ends up saying, I'm just one random person online who made a public Discord server for people who wanted to watch Mini-Lad videos. Though TJV is probably going to pull, well, why couldn't you do that for another YouTuber instead of Mini-Lad? Because that seems to be the card that he pulls whenever there's a good point he can't refute. So immediately invalidate what's being said. Apparently I'm sitting here and saying, why don't you do that with another YouTuber instead of a PDF file? Even though if you go look at our DM chains, I don't really say that. If I did say it, I probably said it once. My bigger question or thought that I was saying to Lorraine was, Mini-Lad did bad things. Why make a server around him? Why idolize him? Why support him in any way? Why garnish some sort of community around Mini-Lad? That is what I was saying to Lorraine, not why don't you do it with another YouTuber instead of Mini-Lad. That's not what I was doing. My plan was just to inform you guys on what was happening, and I feel like I did this in this 3-part series, talking about the existence of the Mini-Lad Discord server, talking about what is inside the Mini-Lad Discord server, and talking to you guys about the fall of the Mini-Lad Discord server. I don't know if there will be another video part of this series. Again, I think this is pretty much over and done with. I'm also allowing my DMs to be out there, so if you guys end up making videos about my DM chain, anything that I shared on my videos, you can send me over your own commentary video and I will check it out and maybe even leave a comment. But form your own opinion, make your own video, leave a comment down below. Feel free to go to the Google Drive link down in the pinned comment and go investigate the DM chain if you want. I'm trying to be open and honest about this entire situation, and the only reasoning why is that my only goal with this entire series was to inform you guys on what was going on. I thought this was an interesting topic. It garnished a lot of views and a lot of comments, and I enjoy having these thought-provoking conversations. questions, these deep conversations that you guys are willing to have on the comments of my videos. It is an interesting subject, talking about a fan who's trying to make a Mini-Lad Discord server, whose goal is maybe to garnish a community around Mini-Lad, or not, or maybe just have a small group of their friends, and the fact that, surprisingly, we found one of Mini-Lad's mods in the Discord server, and a lot of stuff that she said. A lot of stuff that's interesting that can pop up, especially with a story that seems like there's nothing really special here. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about all this down below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you guys all next time. Peace.